Alright, I'm taking this off right away. We're 1 week from April Fools and SEO already feels like 365 days a year.
Let's take the hood off too, because most backlink strategies are April's Fool Day jokes with invoices.
A lot of backlink reporting is
I'm not kidding, actually. I'm not kidding.
DR is a hollow number that doesn't pay the bills. Stop eating this garbage.
DR is vanity metric. It will not pay your bills.
In general, all the marketplaces, if your KPI is number of links,
Then your strategy is I went emotional here.
This is adsytalks. Adsytalks.
links are dead. Links are back. AI killed SEO. Google ignores everything. Every week, there is a new headline. Today, we're going to separate what's real from what just looks real. Alright, quick heads up before we start. There is a hidden challenge in this episode, and I explain the rules at the very end. So keep your eyes open while you watch. Welcome to AdsyTalks, a podcast about SEO and growth without magic tricks and ranking 30 days promises. I'm Anthony, head of customer experience at Adsy, and today we're doing SEO without illusions, the link building market in 2026. Joining me is Max Roslyakov, founder of FatGrid and former SVP of Semrush. He is focused on measurable and link building and AI-driven search visibility. Max, welcome to the show.
Thanks for inviting me.
Okay, so let's talk about 2026 backlink market and what actually happening right now. Max, I saw your backlink cost inflation post where you tracked 10 million offers. What changed the most in link building economics from 2024 to 2026?
Well, prices are rising. It's probably the shortest answer. Longer answer is that SEO and link building, ironically, with AI, are growing a lot. And demand is growing. Inventory is not growing much, actually. You will not see many websites added to market inventory. And I mean, we have market here, right? So limited inventory, increasing demand, and prices are growing.
I see this as the biggest structural problem marketplaces and platforms create in this space, or something else.
I mean, market is bad thing, prices are growing. Market is good thing. More people will see opportunity to earn money on content projects. So I think we're just fine. I mean, it's a development which is happening over time.
Yeah, and also you often mention that resellers inflating publisher value and creating noise. Regarding those price anomalies you've highlighted, why does the same placement cost 2 to 3 times more on different platforms? Who is actually pocketing the difference?
I mean, there is no short answer for this because market is incredibly noisy. I'm getting 20 outreach emails per day. Let's say 5 asking me to sell guest post and 15 pitching me guest posts. And most offers are like, even if we are not talking about inflation on the market, which was measured in my research and which was measured by taking same publishers on the same marketplaces. So like price dynamics. We have tens of thousands of random people spreading random lists with publishers, right? So in most cases, I assume they are pocketing the margin because every time I'm checking all lists sent my way, but in 95% cases, they expect to buy this placement from marketplace, sometimes from website owner, but I don't believe average person sending such lists have like direct contacts with that many websites. So let's say middleman is pocketing in most cases, and because like many marketplaces rely on their own, let's say, agents, it's their profit. But I also believe that, not just believe, I see statistically, that some marketplaces just overall have higher markups. And actually, price growth originates from website owners, so they definitely have some share, but middleman adds much more. So let's say if prices grew 15% on average over last year, let's say website owners' share is around 10%.
I see. Well, I do agree with you, because even here at Adsy, when I'm checking our incoming emails from our customers or service providers, every day we receive tens and tens of similar emails, one asking to publish some post on Etsy website, despite the fact that we're not doing this, obviously. And the other ones offering us the promotion. Yeah, so I do feel you. And speaking about the actual post links, what do SEOs most often calculate wrong when they judge link performance?
Any authority metrics, because evidence from like many website developments I've seen during time in Semrush, and I observe right now, there is nothing in common between, let's say, DR, DA, and an actual value, right? So I would say vanity metrics is something that normally not estimated correctly. And what people underestimate is contextual relevance. Like, it's way more important.
I will also add that having conversations with our customers, I often notice that everyone has its own style and way in terms of metrics approach. So they build their own systems, their own metrics that they look at while selecting the site to make the post. And I will tell you, like, it's rarely they have something in common. So each one tries to build his perfect system that he believes is going to give him value. Let's say if you had 10K budget in 2026, how would you allocate it?
Well, first of all, basic checks. It's actually free. You can take a free version of Semrush, Href, Screaming Frog. Like, your website should work. Before doing anything further, please make sure it works. And like, I'm not kidding, actually. I'm not kidding. I've seen cases when people were trying to like acquire traffic for a website which cannot convert because it cannot be opened. Second thing is explain clearly what your business is. Hire a copywriter. Shoot like small video. It's basic thing, because everything you will do afterwards like will end up with real person visiting your website, and like basic conversion just should be there before moving forward. Few well-written blog posts, like expanding your main page from topical perspective better. So people and search engines will have better understanding who it is created for and what are you doing here, right? What you're selling. and prove your expertise, like you were doing this and that for like that many years. So all this should happen before any promotion. And I would say, you asked me exact question, 10,000. So let's allocate 2 on like be ready for next steps. Thinking about promotion, I mean, I'm biased. I'm in backlinks, but overall, the rest should be spent on your website promotion. I'm big fan of making short, cheap, money-wise experiments on some traffic from Facebook, some traffic from Google Ads, couple thousand worth allocating on it for a very simple reason. Before progressing with SEO, you should check that everything you created before, like your website, few blog posts, like your explanation, actually converts. So you will acquire some relevant traffic. You will actually see how people are behaving on your website. And after you know it works, you just need more traffic. You continue to do some paid and invest in long-term growth. And investing in long-term growth requiring promoting your website. And this is where backlinks are coming into play. I love to say that you should first see conversions, and second, you should rank in top 50. I'm not telling top 10 or even top 20, but you should rank in top 50 without links. Then you're going after links to improve your rankings. And like money-wise, it's the most expensive part. So probably half budget should go there.
I see. So basically, if we divided this into parts, like in terms, like if we take 100, so half will go to this one, and everything else will be divided between content, brand, PR, and technical stuff, right?
Yeah, a couple thousand to make website look good, convert, and have enough content. Let's say 3K for paid ads to run like different keywords, try to land traffic on different pages, and 5K for building links on it.
I see. Cool. Because I'm seeing this question very often, and usually people are like divided while deciding on this, and it's really cool that you shared your perspective.
I mean, it's proven thing, believe me, because again, when I was talking about website and content, I've seen so many times when like people hear, okay, I need backlinks, and we had such client too. Actually, they spent 15 grand on promotion of AI slop. It was my fault to some extent because like I've seen that after like almost 3 months of doing what we were hired for, building links, like we're not performing, and I'm like, it's unusual. We should be already there. And I mean, at this moment, I carefully read what we are promoting. Shame on me.
That's so sad. Actually, I had a story when I was working in some marketing startup, and there was an SEO guy that offered like his help to us, so our service, our website would grow. And approximately after 6 months, after half a year of doing his things, he like told that he's done his best. There's nothing more he can do. And yeah, after spending like the enormous budget on SEO, on links, he told like he's done his best, and from that point we should figure out our way on our own. Yeah, so things happen. And okay, we have our next block. This will be the true or false game, and we will dedicate to April Fool's Week. So we will bust some myths in 2026, and I will be giving you some myths, and I want to hear your first of all, is it true or false, and also your opinion on these myths. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay. So myth number 1: Google sees everything. True or false?
I don't think it's myth. I do believe they see everything, but I mean, do they care is the right question, and they don't. I mean, most things people are worried about, Google can't even know it, but they don't care, and this is what's important.
And how do you think, is there something that everyone thinks that Google like tracks and sees, but actually it doesn't?
Yeah, I think like a lot of hype right now about AI generated content. Like some people are selling, like, oh, I have perfect generator. Others are telling, listen, but it doesn't rank. Your own website doesn't rank. Like those who sell AI generated content, usually their websites don't rank. I checked many of them. However, I do believe that it's not about AI generated content per se. It's about content quality. It's about outcome. So people think Google can detect AI generated content. I don't think so. I think it's like false statement. What they can detect is low quality content, and because most AI content is basically slop, people think this way, but it's about quality.
And I will tell you that this thing with the AI content, it's like very widespread and very hyped right now. And even on such platforms like Trustpilot, they already show the statement that this review was not prompted with AI. So actually, like they do care, the platforms do care about the content that was or was not generated.
I mean, it's a huge topic. We don't have 3 hours here to discuss AI generation, but from what I see, like I'll tell you that, for example, I'm not native speaker, right? And when I'm like creating something in written, I want to be grammatically correct. So quite often I'm dictating my notes or my blog posts to ChatGPT, asking like to fix grammar and give me clean text. And quite often this text is detected as AI generated while it's not. However, again, from rankings perspective, I've never seen difference between posts created this way or actually typed. So but again, it's a huge topic. Well,
Let's move on to the myth number 2, which is the following. If you don't build 100 of links a month, you won't grow. Is it true or false?
it's bullshit. It's not just false. It's like it's a selling point. It's marketing. It's not true. I can tell you many cases when you can rank without links, because I was starting 2 websites from scratch recently, and like if like market knows who you are, your opinions will rank. If you build tools on your website, you will rank without backlinks. Moreover, Google will not make any AI overviews, so it will be like pure blue link. If you have unique niche, nobody else is covering this topic, or it's hyper local. like many people are doing this, but you're one of you who are doing it in exact location. So like there are many examples how you can rank without links. What you cannot do without links is competing. So getting some rankings, easy peasy. Okay, some. But if your niche has competition, this is where you need them. But basically, yeah, it's not, and it's not about quantity in any case, even if we will suggest that it can be true.
It's I'm announcing like this statement only because there was this myth, like really it was a myth that you need constant link building in order to have like any value in the past. And yeah, I do agree with you that yes, quality, niche, and your actually like your website and how it is tuned and QA'd is like usually is more important than the number of links that you do, of course, if you're not competing in this niche. And okay, let's move on to myth number 3. And this will be about private block networks. Are they a thing of the past or not?
I mean, problem with PBN is that its reputation is terrible, right? Because previously it was like a network of low quality blogs, interconnected, like owned by somebody. It worked well a few years ago as concept. However, and it's not work well right now. However, what I often see on the market, there is a person running 10, 15 content blogs. They're hiring writers, they do blogs, they place some ads. It's more or less like classical affiliate business. Pardon. But technically it's PBN, right? It's a network of blogs owned by somebody for the sake of making profits. But whether a link from one of them will be valuable, will help you to rank higher, if this website like trigger all checkboxes of high quality placement, you don't care if it's part of PBN or not. You just need quality here, right? So yeah, overall, it's more reputational and terminology question. But like, if you will ask me, PBNs from 10 years ago, do they work now? No way.
I see. Okay, and here I have few myths, but I think that we will maybe jump to the last one because they're pretty questionable, and maybe these are the myths that you were referring to when you mentioned that they are like are they worth mentioning or not? So the myths about marketplaces. So let's jump right away to the last one, and we will we'll go to the next block of our conversation. So the last one is our favorite: is SEO dead or not?
Alex Korosun, Ukrainian guy from Kiev, quite a good SEO. I'm his subscriber on LinkedIn, and like yesterday he posted like simple graph from Google Trends showing that demand for SEO is on historical high as of now. So I think it's answering your question.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I will tell you that this question and this statement already turned into meme.
It is.
So yeah, we all know what does it mean. Okay, so the next block I'm very excited about. It's about marketplaces. It's the topic that's very close to me and also to you because you've made a really deep research. You know how it works, and I'm the one who is working in similar service. So let's break this down. And I want to start talking about the marketplace illusions, because even now, people that haven't used link marketplaces, they have some things that they read or heard somewhere that are irrelevant. So the first one is the following: when you see a marketplace, what's the workflow you follow from shortlist to approval?
It's a good one. I mean, as you said, everyone has their own perfect workflow. For me, like there are obvious things like budget. I'm limiting a higher mark. However, there are many forks afterwards. So what I mostly care about is organic traffic and its trend. So like I'm filtering at least 1,000 organic traffic visitors measured by Semrush or Ahrefs. And third part for me is contextual relevancy. So whether this website, let's say, makes sense for the client, I want to use it for promotion. So yeah, basically that's it. And I can probably tell you what we're not looking at while we see people usually looking at it. So first of all, we're not looking at language. And most SEOs will disagree with me, but I've seen so many times that contextually relevant placements from like Europe, for example, website in French or in Spanish for American client actually moved the needle. So don't underestimate placements in other regions. They work. So from language perspective and geographic perspective, we don't care which language website is and where it gets most traffic from. And we definitely want traffic not to drop. It's like common problem for many link building websites. And the last part is is more about feeling. It's hard to. I mean, there are obvious signs of low quality websites, like a lot of ads everywhere. But overall, it's still like checking if this website is good or if it's weird in the final end. So yeah, some basic metrics, then contextual relevancy, and then final manual check for like overall feeling from this website.
I see. And speaking about the marketplaces, it's also about control of what you're doing. So let's say a team has a task for to buy some links on marketplaces, and how do you think where they can lose control, whether they select selection stage, negotiation, or quality assurance after the placement goes live?
I would say most control is lost even after all the stages that you already mentioned, because, I mean, workflow on marketplaces is pretty much straightforward and it is predefined by marketplace. They have exact checkout process. However, I haven't published it yet, but we see up to 5% of links either disappearing or becoming no follow or excluded in robots.txt or excluded on page level and sometimes even on paragraph level. Because, I mean, let's say sellers who don't care about their reputation and website owners who don't care about their reputation, they're trying to like save link juice, and they're quietly removing or disavowing links that already exist. So getting back to your question, what happened with your content placement and link placement after you finished the process? This is where most issues can happen from my perspective.
I do agree with you on this one, because this is one of the main pains that I personally and my team face, because as a platform, we are trying to control all these steps, and also we provide service. So when customer purchases link, he expects this link to be permanent. To some extent, of course, we understand that nothing is permanent in this world,
At least
but
a year or two, it should survive.
Exactly. And when publishers or sites, and usually publishers, start doing things that you've mentioned, customer, of course, will get back to us and start asking questions. And I know that some of the marketplace platforms, they offer some tracking tools for additional cost that allow customers to track their link live after the post goes live. And also, we are Adsy. We have recently removed, we had previously a guarantee of 90 days of links, but of course, publishers started using it to their benefit, because they know that we guarantee 90 days, and they know that after 90 days elapse, they can do whatever they want with it. So recently we removed this rule, and we ask all our publishers to make permanent posts. And if something happens and customer returns and asks for fix, if something happens with the link, we guarantee that we will do everything possible from our side to fix this link, to make it go live again, or remove any unnecessary things that you've mentioned. So it's the pain is real.
Yeah,
in
and
this one.
actually, I want to kind of expand this topic a little bit, because talking about this market as market in general, let's say chances that website owner will remove the link and then will not respond to middleman are well higher than same website owner not responding to marketplace. Because with marketplace, what will happen if they will not respond? You will remove them, right? Because they remove the link and they're not replying. And marketplaces have buying power. You constantly send links towards webmasters, so they value relationships with you. And most small sellers don't have any relationships, right? They're just selling. So it's important thing, and it's quite often very underestimated thing that most problems happen after placement, not before. And it's also nature of this market, right? Because in most webmasters work on post payment. So they place link, you pay them, they're motivated to do their job. But after they have your money, anything can happen.
Yeah. Well, as you mentioned previously, this topic, I can talk hours about it, because because I while working in this industry, I've seen so much. And but I will tell you that on the positive note, right now, publishers become more responsible, because even a couple years ago, when I just started at Etsy, I've heard that publishers were crazy. They were removing links, scamming. There were a lot of things that they were doing badly. And right now, I will tell, looking at least our service, at our platform, I will tell that I see it less and less. So there's a positive note in
And
this.
I believe there is very simple reason for it. People are educating, right? They better and better understand what's important and what's not. And it's actually hard to make website ranking well on Google. So somebody who is allowing paid guest posts on their website, it takes effort to get there. And if you're already there, it makes sense to monetize it well, to serve your customers well. It's business, right? It's becoming business. So yeah, I do believe that market is getting more and more mature, and it helps to deliver better results here.
Mhm. Also, like the last question in this segment, after doing this extensive research on marketplaces, do you have something did you notice something that could be automated? And so you spend less time doing one thing over and over again. So
Yeah, I mean, basic technology called saved filters is actually easiest to do, yet most useful automation, because even in our tool, I was watching user sessions a lot, and I realized like same person doing inventory browsing and navigation, they like almost automatically apply their favorite filters with more or less same values. So yeah, like saving filter to be easily reused, and email notification that new websites respecting this filter appeared in inventory is probably the best possible and quite easiest automation. Yeah, thinking about something more complicated, but it will require like a lot of extracting actual content from website, but contextual relevancy can be automated to some extent. You need vector embeddings, you need much more complicated technology, but I'm not a big believer in categories, honestly speaking, because like aggregating data from 15 marketplaces, I see how very different categories are assigned to same websites. So this is where probably some automation may help a lot, thinking about what cannot be automated at all, at least for now. I mentioned filling before. Filling from website. Like, is it okay or it's not? And if you will ask me, Max, how you understand where this filling comes from, I will probably not be able to answer. Your question, you just see garbage or it's pretty much legit, or like anything in between. And I actually don't think this part can be automated, at least with current technology.
it's some kind of intuition and also your baggage
Correct.
of that you carried with you, yeah, for many years. So I understand what you say. I understand what you say. Okay, so I think this topic would be interesting for you because I know how you like metrics, and I want to discuss something with you. In your press release about FatGrid, you mentioned that many sellers list outdated or wrong SEO metrics. And which metrics on marketplaces are usually misleading
I
in your
mean,
practice?
exactly the metrics most SEOs are checking when they make a buying decision. Like, I mean, I wrote a lot about DR and DA, that those metrics doesn't make any sense, but reality is they are industry standard. People use them, people rely on them. But because, again, as I did many times in my experiments, you can pay $50 to like random person on Upwork or on Fiverr and get any website DR be like 50, 60, whatever you can get from there. So definitely domain authority metrics. And sellers in general and marketplaces per se, in many cases, I mean, it's business, right? They're motivated to sell. So quite often, declining traffic is not reflected. So they show some traffic, organic traffic, and this website had this traffic half a year ago. They depleted entirely. They have nothing right now. Their traffic is 0. They don't rank for a single keyword. But seller can keep like previous value of their traffic just to make it more, let's say, link worthy. And probably last significant parameter, which I often see not outdated but fake entirely, is country. There are many reasons for it. The most obvious reason is that like they're a premium country. Links from those countries are more expensive. If you will take Australia, UK, United States, Scandinavian area like Denmark, Sweden, Switzerland. So their average price it can be twice from normal market. So country is often just wrong. And because I've seen examples when website has, let's say, 10,000 visitors per month as measured by Semrush or Ahrefs, and it's real traffic. If you will check it with tool, you will see exactly the same number. However, because this website has 5% of traffic from, let's say, Australia, it is categorized as Australian website in some sellers and marketplaces offering. So, yeah, many things can be done wrong, outdated, or entirely fake, but domain authority metrics, traffic, and country, I've seen the most broken, let's say, this way.
Speaking about the traffic increase or decline, actually, this was one of our top customers' requests. Not just display the traffic, but to
Trend.
display is it increasing
Yeah.
or declining. So if our CEO is watching this one, this is just a confirmation that we do need this metric in our inventory.
Yeah, and
Please.
actually, I believe you have it in database, actually, because you were checking this traffic for months or years, right? And if you just store it somewhere in database, because this is how we implemented this function. Somebody asked us about it. I asked developer, and he's like, "Oh, we have this data stored. We just don't have it in front end. So like, just start storing it and then build some front end around it." I believe actually even some kind of filter can be useful here, because many SEOs, like you may have different criteria about what is growing a website, meaning over what period of time are you looking at, and how much growth is enough. But if you look oppositely at this topic, it's very easy to tell which website is declining, because it's just current traffic being lower than previous traffic, and that's it. So help users exclude websites with declining traffic, and many of them will appreciate this effort.
Yeah, that's a good one. And last one about the metrics. If you could delete one or several metrics from the marketplace filters, which one would that be
You
and why?
already know my answer. It will be DR and DA. Like, they do more harm than good. So deleting them will push people to look at things that really matter.
Well, it's not only that, but also we need to like show people, to tell them that we not just remove these metrics, but we remove them for a reason, and explain this reason to them. Because if we just, let's say tomorrow Adsy removes DR and DA, customers will start asking questions. What have you done?
Listen, I'm definitely I'm actually advising you against doing this, because initially when I was building my product, I wasn't including DR, but I mean, there is reality. It is market standard. People want to see it. And you can tell them 1 million times that it's vanity metric, it doesn't work, it's misleading, all this stuff. It is industry standard. We have to admit it, and we should do what our users want us to do, right? So, I mean, it's a business. And just in case, I'm a big fan of hrefs. I really think that DR is like shame. Pardon me. But overall, hrefs, I'm their user, I'm paying them money, and like I prefer Semrush for obvious reasons. But overall, hrefs is absolutely decent tool, except for DR.
Yeah. Well, hopefully in future, as we've already discussed, people will like start changing their minds, adapting to the new reality, and maybe in future industry standards will change, and we will see how the metrics importance will change as well. So
I was arguing publicly with folks from hrefs many times. From my perspective, like they should just like, okay, let's think we don't want to get rid of this metric, but we want to make it better, right? And like my last argument with Patrick Stocks was that I'm a big proponent of Semrush authority score for a very simple reason. It includes traffic. I'm not telling organic traffic. I'm not telling this metric is perfect, but if somebody with, let's say, stable backlink profile entirely lost their organic traffic because of Google algorithm update, for example, it's now way less authoritative website, and I will not place any orders on this website because they don't have organic traffic. They're not considered by Google as authoritative, right? And yeah, it's exactly difference between, I mean, one of differences between DR and an authority score from Semrush, because they take organic traffic inside it. But from hrefs perspective, I mean, again, from our arguments, they consider it entirely wrong, because DR is backlinks only metric. Makes sense, but why you have it? Why you have it if it's so easy to fake it? So, I mean, I can talk a lot about it, but we are where we are.
yeah, I want to also mention that I want to give you this one, that after our conversation about the metrics in ads filters, you actually suggested Semrush authority score, and thanks to you, we have added that metric to our inventory filters. So yeah, I just want to thank you for this suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to many marketplaces, and when I started, probably like 3 or 4 out of 20 were using it. Now I think more than half. But I mean, I'm trying to explain why, right? Not just pushing it, but yeah, domain authority metric overall, it's useful for one simple reason. It is quick benchmarking. It is giving you an option to very quickly sort out weak websites and make, let's say, first working filter about like some level of quality, right? So in general, it is useful, but devil is in details.
Yeah. And yeah, I also wanted to add it, like the last thing about this topic is that after your research on top marketplaces, I will tell you that I don't know about everyone, but about Etsy, we took a lot from your feedback, from your actual research, and we tried to improve all the points that you mentioned in your research that we were either lacking or were weak. So this was actually like really helpful to us to read this research from perspective of the person that like it's not biased because you look at it from different angles, from
As a
customer's
user,
angle,
yeah.
from publisher's angle. Yeah, as a user, yeah. So yeah,
I
thank you
mean,
for
it's
that.
quite healthy way of consuming feedback because I was banned by 2 marketplaces. My accounts, my connection on LinkedIn, like they just don't want to communicate at all.
Really? Why?
I mean, they were asking to update reviews, and they were asking for another like rank, and I was telling them, listen, honestly, I personally wrote only a few reviews. Then I created framework, and my amazing guy in India wrote all other reviews. Like I was recording videos for him, I was discussing it with him, but there is a scoring system in place, and even if you let's say, I mean, they were offering money for like better for better.
Wow, I didn't know that it was so hot.
I mean, I'm ranking on number 1 or number 2 for most marketplaces brand names. Paired with word review, I'm above Trustpilot and G2 and Clutch. So like overall, very well performing content. Actually, it's my best content from performance perspective. But again, I would not explain to my team why somebody is ranked higher, and some people just don't understand word no, and instead of like investing same $3,000 into like paying their developers, just do better job, just improve their product. Kind of they were trying to change their rating, let's say artificially, were annoyed by decline. I mean, people are people.
Mhm. Wow, that's a really cool insight because I want to tell you that I often return to your article as well because sometimes when we are deciding on some feature or we have some questions about user experience, I often return to your article and check other features from our
Competitors.
competitors to understand, yeah, if it is
Yeah,
worth
we
it
are
or not.
preparing to update all of them. A lot of work, and many more players appeared. Most of them are like very small, but still wanna keep my eye on it because some functionality. I mean, I also my own product appeared from this research in the final end. I was using marketplaces, thinking about what's good, what's bad, and took ideas from many marketplaces, including yours. So yeah, it makes sense because it helps to build product that users will love more. They will love product more. Our business will have better profits. It makes sense for everyone.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, so uh, speaking about the ranking, despite the fact that Etsy is like pretty high on that rank, but I will tell you that even if we were lower, like much lower, I would personally perceive this as a stimulation to be better, to check what we're doing wrong, to be better. And yeah, it's very funny that some people, they cannot accept criticism and turn it into the task that they need to achieve, their goal. They just want, as you've mentioned, vanity metrics. They want this to be their vanity metric, that they higher than the others. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, and you guys are quite big in terms of traffic. Even, I mean, I don't remember details about review. It was written more than a year ago, but I remember that you are quite big in traffic, and it was like base of like it was initial, let's say, building of rating was ranking by traffic, because if you have traffic, meaning people use your solution a lot, and like what is rating other than reflection of people's choices, right? So yeah.
Speaking about the tool that you have created, can you tell us more about FatGrid and why people should use it? Like, obviously, I know why, but I want other people to know about it
Okay,
more.
you asked, now listen, because like it's a long story. It's a long story. So basically what FatGrid is, it is like backlinks comparison tool. So I'm pulling data from all major marketplaces and few good sellers into one database. So it gives two things. First, it's price comparison. No seller, no marketplace on this market have best prices for every publisher in their database. Like those who are like have lower margins, let's say 20% of their assortment, is where they're giving best prices. Another 20 will be their exclusives, but let's say second half will be same publishers at higher prices versus what you can get in other place. So you're entering website name, publisher website, and you see prices from everyone plus metrics pulled directly from Semrush. So we're not relying on metrics from marketplaces. Second big functionality is inventory. So we aggregate inventory from everyone and showing it in one interface with all the filters. And third most popular is Google Search Scanner. We allow to Google any keyword and then show which websites that already rank on Google are accepting guest posts and link insertions, because I do believe in it. It's confirmed by many experiments that it's like really authoritative websites and links from Google perspective. Now thinking about story, this is where things becoming really long, because my previous background is mostly enterprise. I was working in large publicly listed companies where we have PR department, or in case of Semrush, for example, several PR agencies working for a huge company on different markets, helping them to get coverage and press. And if you have that much PR, let's be honest, you don't need much link building. You will need it only in some niche products or topics. When I started to help my friends, small business owners, with SEO, I soon realized that I'm missing something. We were creating amazing content. Like it was amazing content by highest standards. Let's say I took Semrush standards of content creation, which are like market leaders, and applied for my friends. And we were ranking, let's say, 25th, 30th. And I was like, that's strange. I expected quick wins. So I hired like special SEO guy who was specialized in helping small businesses to rank. And he wasn't even doing audit. Like right during our first call, he pulled data from some SEO tool and told, oh, listen, you don't have backlinks. And your competitors who are ranking higher, they have much more of them. And I was like, okay, because I never care about backlinks before in enterprise world. But I was doubtful about it, like, maybe yes, maybe no, maybe he's just selling his services to me, who knows? And I'm like, okay, let's frame it as experiment. I allocated a few hundreds of dollars. I don't remember exactly amount, probably $500. We took random SEO agency, paid them those 500. They delivered terrible links. I could definitely call them like shitty from all perspectives. It was like contextually irrelevant, poor quality. The websites felt like they're from 90s, you know. But reality was rankings improved and we wasn't doing anything else. We just ran this experiment for, let's say, probably 10 backlinks. Rankings improved. We hit top 3 for some keywords. So overall, it was obvious that even with bad links, it works to some extent. But then, SEO agency where I was buying those links, they started to do weird stuff. First, they were just selling me buy more. I was like, oh, guys, it was experiment. I'm taking a break here. And they started to blackmail me, believe it or not. At one point, they sent me email telling if, like, it was another wording, but what they were telling was, if you will not buy more links from us, we do not guarantee that links you already paid for will stay in place. And I'm like, what? It was blackmail, right? And I'm like, under no circumstances I will work with such agency. It was stupid move from them because they just needed to wait. I will convince my client to allocate some money and they could win this budget. But anyway, thanks to them, they make me shop around. So I started to research this topic. I ended up writing all those reviews and building rating. I was doing it for myself and for my friends just to understand where we can take links from. But initially it was huge spreadsheet table. As you maybe know, many businesses started as alternative to Google Spreadsheet. So my tool is not an exemption. It was huge spreadsheet with offers from 30 sellers and some marketplaces. But it was huge pain to support it. But it worked. I mean, I had aggregated inventory. I've seen lowest prices. So basically it was functional, just very hard to support and to use. So we ended up building some front end around it, moving all the data from Google Spreadsheet to database. Initially it was getlinks.pro. After 3 months, I realized it's impossible to rank for getlinks because several link building companies were ranking for same keyword. So I purchased domain on GoDaddy auctions for FatGrid, and this is where it became product we know now.
Nice. Well, I will tell that I personally was following the development of FatGrid because every time I access the platform to check how it's going, more and more new features were adding. I saw additional tabs, additional places where I can go to check. So it's really cool how something is growing in front of your eyes and it is actually useful and not is used to monetize some quick hype things as as it is usually.
Yeah, as many AI visibility trackers right now. Pure nonsense in most cases.
Yeah, it's true. And yeah, also, I know that right now people are trying like to automate everything with AI, and sometimes like it's getting like too absurd, like because you cannot like over rely on AI. And I will tell you like as a secret, I won't be like calling names here, but I will tell you like there are a lot. Have you heard this story when some company was using? They thought that they were using AI for development, for IT, and it appeared that behind that AI there were like a bunch of Indians
Oh yeah,
writing that code.
and they
So
like hit huge valuation.
yes, and I will tell you that even in SEO market, there are people who are doing similar things. I won't be calling names, but maybe someday this will appear. That some people are trying to automate link building using AI, and it appears that they automate part of the processes, but the other part of this automated process is done by real people buying real links and managing everything under the hood. So when I saw this, I was like, damn, is this real? So, and they call it fully AI automated service.
I mean, main thing is not to build product. Main thing is to sell product, right? So AI everything is currently on hype, and so, like you and me, we can laugh about it and make jokes about it. But we are in a bubble of market professionals who understand how it works, who understand like all the tricks and nuances around it. But believe me, from market perspective, those look as legit offers. And again, I'm still serving, helping few friends of mine with their businesses. And every month, many of them are forwarding me yet another, magic workflow, magic tool. Some of them are taking even trials and asking my opinion. And I'm like, okay, guys, if you want to test it, we can do so. But let's take as their website. Like my favorite trick is checking traffic from SEO perspective of the products that offer and promise to dominate in search, for example. Okay, folks, if it's so easy and if your product delivers this promise, why you don't even rank? That's the question. But I mean, it sounds really simple for you and me, like take Semrush, check their traffic, that's it. It's obvious. But from general market perspective, like they don't know how to check traffic. They don't know how to like evaluate another website because it's like not normally what plumber is doing or accountant, right? And they're buying. But yeah, that's market.
Of course. Okay, Max. We still have like few big segments left, but I just want to ask you like if we're okay to go over them, or we can
Sure.
maybe talk about something that is like more important and leave out
Your
the
host here. You tell me what we want to discuss.
yeah, I just want to know how you feel because like we already have a pretty extensive podcast. So yeah, if you're okay, we can.
You were worried about short timing. I told you it will not be an issue with me. So you can make two chapters, up to you.
Okay. Yeah, we will make a part 1 and part 2 of this podcast.
Go ahead.
Okay, yes. In this case, we're just talking about this AI, and I want to ask a few questions about AI automation and its usage in link building,
Mhm.
in today's link building. And the first question would be if we know, and you already mentioned this, that many people are using AI written content for their guest post. And I just want you to elaborate, like, does it work in 2026, what are the rules and what people should do? Because some people say don't rely on AI written content, create human written content. You've mentioned that Google maybe doesn't care, he cares about the quality. So what's the reality here?
Reality is that what's really important, and it was revealed in court when Google was explaining to American court how the algorithms are working. You should have addition of new knowledge to your content to be valued by Google as content with some unique perspective worth citing and ranking. Problem with most AI generated content, it's rephrasing already existing knowledge. Because AI models trained on something, right? Trained on data, and Google have all this data. If you have opinion, if you have unique data, if you performed research, you can definitely generate most of your content just generated around unique research or opinion you have. And in this case, and please remove M dashes, please remove negative framing. It's not just, no. Tell people about what it is, not what it's not. But yeah, getting back to your question, I went emotional here. But getting back to your question, AI content is not a big deal. Lack of interesting perspective, expert opinion, and unique data is why it doesn't work.
I see. So basically, to sum this up, you can use AI written content. It's about like how you use it and how you craft it. So we should not over rely on it because AI often like has a certain template how it generates the content, and we should like proofread it or at least read to understand if it does make sense and if it is readable actually.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
not like for it not to be just like a water that's a bunch of words slapped together that on the surface looks fine, but when you read it and try to analyze it, it does make sense, but it's very like watery and feels generated. Okay, so we can use it. It's about how we use it, and it's about the quality of the content and the quality of the idea that we discuss in this content.
Right. It's about building it around expert opinion, unique research, or any other unique knowledge.
Okay. Also, I have a question that usually creates debates in some places. How do you think? Are there any difference between links that are purchased via marketplaces versus the links that are acquired directly from the websites?
I don't see any. I don't see any. So, like, I can't even give you a long answer to this question.
And how do you think, like, I have this question in my head because I had one user emailing me saying that in general, all the marketplaces are scams because all the links are superficial, and the real SEO should be natural, organic, and websites should not post paid articles, masking them as like real articles on their websites. What do you think about that?
Well, let's face it. First of all, it is forbidden by Google to do so. It's reality and it's their guidelines, right? However, like many questions here, but overall, you pay for backlinks anyway. You pay for creation of them. You pay for outreach. You quite often pay, let's say, like some editor fee or something, even if placement is organic. Believe me, we do a lot of outreach, trying to get organic placements, but in 99% cases, they're not free. It's a market. People do it for money, for business, and it's fine. So what talking about like everything should be natural, we can talk a lot about it, but overall I believe that like great content should be created first. I was answering your question before, and this is where we start. After we have this great content, we should reuse it, repurpose it to be used for link insertions, for guest posts, for stuff like that. And if you pay for content, you pay for placements, like there is no such thing as free link building. You just pay for time or you pay for service, and it's the only choice.
I see. Yeah, so again, as I've already mentioned, and we all realize it, that there are some things that, like, there are rules and there is a real life. So it's always about how we combine like reality, the real life, with the rules and with some statements that were written as something that should be done. So yeah.
Yeah, and one more point on this. It looks like AI search don't care about where links came from. I was checking policies, nothing about it. And actually, yeah, I think it's something very old that should be forgotten. Google explains their position that they will ignore links they consider spammy, artificial, like anything suspicious Google may feel about a link, they can exclude it. But first, I haven't seen backlinks related penalties for 5 years already. And second, I see that marketplace links, I do a lot of research. Like I actually recently checked like marketplace publishers, their outgoing links and performance of websites they refer to. In vast majority of cases, organic performance was improving, meaning people who do links, they get what they aim for, which is logical because otherwise this market wouldn't exist, right? So it works. It works.
I see. In this case, let's try to create a practical playbook for people who are listening or watching our podcast, and break down things that you need to do in order to get I'm sorry, to break down things that you should do in order to succeed. And I'm speaking here about the link strategy for SaaS, software as a service, SEO lead. So if you're okay, I will try to tell to start with the segment of what should be done, and I want you to tell what exactly should be done. And let's imagine that we are SEOs for some SaaS service, and we need to start. And we start, everyone usually starts with audit, right? How do you think, what one should look at in week one when they start in this?
Let me clarify one thing. Are we building from scratch, or I am SEO who is arriving to existing business?
Yeah, it's really good question. let's
I
try.
think I covered already building from scratch in one of your previous questions, like do some like technical stuff, write your content, etc. Those are basics, we cannot skip them. But assuming we arrive to existing company which has some rankings, some legacy, like first step is still there, but it's very simple. Technical audit. Again, if website is quite small, you can take free tools from Semrush, Ahrefs, or Screaming Frog. If your website is big enough, you should pay one of them and do like deeper audit just to make sure like pages are fast enough, content is linked, no dead links, reasonable amount of redirects, etc. So basic stuff, even not taking a week, you just launching it, and then you sit with developer and fix the most, let's say, dangerous errors. Then it comes to content audit, and it's a big thing. It's quite technically complicated, but super important for several reasons. First of all, on existing websites, if you will just start creating new content, you will almost immediately, in most cases, hit cannibalization problem. You will start covering topics which were previously covered. Like old content wasn't ranking, new content have very high chances of not being ranked too. So what I prefer to do as quick win, because like in real life, you should show your management that it was wise to hire you. So you need to show quick results. Content refreshment is free and fast to do. Very simple. You take content performance from Google Search Console last, let's say, 6 months. You can take 3 months, comparing to previous period. And you check which content was performing, but now lost most organic traffic. And you set up your content team or your content contractor to update this exact article. Based on my experience, updating existing content, you will get more traffic gain and you will pay less versus creation of new content. Like content audit principles can be entire 3 hours podcast. It's not our goal, but content audit, including removal of content. It's very important to remove content that doesn't perform, merge, etc., etc. So you set up your content team to move forward. You should go with link building.
Speaking about this, of course, it's always about the budget, the money that you're allocated, and you already covered the question where you have a certain budget and what would you spend it on. And how do you think, where does this budget often is wasted? I mean, like, as we've spoken with you previously, sometimes you can spend a lot of money on something that doesn't work. So what do you think, what is this thing that I usually overlook?
Silver bullets. Businesses love to buy silver bullets. Any solutions that promise quick results without investing tons of effort, it can cost like thousands of dollars. Again, current hype, AI visibility trackers, like most of them are just wrappers about ChatGPT API or Anthropic API with huge markup. AI content generation, already discussed. Some exotic stuff like auto-completions when people type keyword into Google and Google has this auto-completion feature like some companies are offering like getting there. Again, charging significant money doesn't move the needle. Some audits, actually many SEO audits, are quite useless. I was hiring SEO agencies many times, and they all love to start with audit and charge you, let's say, $5,000 for it. Believe me, determining few first steps will normally cost you like $500, okay, $1,000. It's enough to have action plan for next 2-3 months. And so yeah, I can talk a lot about it, but basically any silver bullets and many audits.
Mm-hmm. And also, we already discussed what metrics and what we should pay attention to while link building. But here's the question: when do you decide that it's time to scale? Because you cannot do like everything from the start. You should like grow. And what are your markers for this growth?
Honestly speaking, biggest marker for growth for me is completion of SOPs, standard operating protocols. Because if you will try to scale without process being explained and described, you will end up with chaos. Like it will be mess, believe me, I've seen it so many times. SOPs are very boring. Nobody loves to create them. But like you did everything once, like technical stuff, content stuff, you started doing some link building, so it somehow works, you're getting higher traffic, etc. But you are ready to scale only when everything is not just documented, it's documented in a way that people can rely on it. And you can hire, let's say, 2 more virtual assistants tomorrow. Existing virtual assistant will train them, and you have X3 output. Or you can build AI agent that will help one of people in your process and allocate part of SOP on this AI agent. Because again, AI agents are on hype and they can do a lot. I'm a big believer in it. I'm building a lot of AI agents. However, you should build after you have process in place. You should scale. You should scale after you have process in place. And last but not least, of course, understanding math, ROI, right? Your return on marketing dollar that you invest in salaries, people do outreach, you get some link inflow, your content ranks better, and you earn money from this traffic. If you have measurement, and this measurement is legit, at this point you can start pouring more money into it.
And how do you prevent link building? Like sometimes when running after link building and link velocity and it's the number of links, their value, how do you prevent this from becoming the goal instead of a real business impact? So where is the balance here?
Well, you are either reaching goal or not. And I'm not like big fan of increasing link building budgets all the time to build more links. Like here is a like decent reality. To get into higher ranks, you need to invest some effort. To stay there, it's better to like keep part of budget to, let's say, supportive links on exact area. But your outcome is business. You're like moving your budget from one topic or part of product to another, and you see the result. I mean, I don't understand many services. I mean, I do understand them from business perspective, but they sell 20 DR 60 plus backlinks per month. Like people who buy from them, they don't understand what they're doing. Like those who understand what they're doing will never buy from such offering because it's terrible offering. Like final goal is to earn money. If your traffic is growing and you get leads from organic traffic that like order demos, they call you, you get some new business, that's fine. You can continue investment, you can grow investment. Whether number of links should be metric at all, obviously not. Obviously not. I've seen this so many times that couple good links can really move the needle. And by the way, it's not always the most expensive links. So I hope I answered your question, but again, it's more about business outcome rather than any measurements around link building process per se.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And also, some of your insights, they foreshadowed our next segment. I think it should be really interesting one. For the end of our podcast, we've prepared a blitz where I want you to elaborate really quickly or not on some statements that we have. And I really want to hear your insights. And some of the things that I will be asking were either foreshadowed or explained from some perspective, and maybe we will have like a different opinion in this segment as well. So in 2026, we have like a million myths about links and link buildings, what works, what doesn't work, what is dying, what is dead, and so on and so forth. And right now, I want you to elaborate on the following statements. Does DR 80 guarantee growth?
No.
Why?
We don't have extra hour, right? So because it is measurement of DR. Basically, DR is measuring links and DR of websites referring to this website. So it's DR referring to DR about DR. It's about DR. It's not about any kind of authority. So like empty website banned by many Google algorithms can still have DR80. So it's not a big measurement.
I see. Thank you. And the next one is the following. Is more expensive link always a better link?
Definitely no. Many links we get from outreach to pages that already rank on Google, they're pretty much comparable or sometimes even significantly cheaper versus similar quality link from marketplaces. So I'm a big fan of marketplaces, but like manual outreach also makes sense. And we've seen many times when we pay, let's say, a couple $100 for pretty legit websites that already rank in top 20. And after updating their content with link insertion, they rank higher because Google loves content updates. And our client is ranking higher because they got link from very authoritative and like high-ranking website. And it's not always about money. People like have sometimes inadequate understanding of value of their website from link building perspective, and sometimes people who rank 157th for exact keyword, they ask for $1,000, like, which is nonsense. It's more about value versus price.
I just want to mention that despite the fact that this segment is called Blitz, we're doing what we love to do most, is talking about things. And yeah, just to sum this up,
I'll try to be short. Go ahead.
It's fine. Everything is fine. It's funny that it's called Blitz. It's just the topics are so interesting that I just want to dive deep in each and every one. And
Yeah, man, I tried once. I told you no, but you asked me why. And you asked now listen.
that was my mistake. Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So another point I wanted to mention about the links price, because I think it's very insightful, is that very often marketplaces can have a certain contracts with sites, with expensive sites, let's say New York Times, Forbes, and they have the ability to even for a huge amount of money to make the placement for you there. But if you try to do it yourself, you will not succeed, because marketplaces can have contracts. They can buy posts in like future posts, like several posts as bulk, and they can get you a post there, while if you try to do it, you won't be able to do anything. So it's another thing about
Yeah, correct. Publishers have minimum contract. Often minimum contract is, let's say, 20,000. And like normal people will hardly do that much, but for marketplace, paying 20K and then use it during a year, not a big deal, right?
It's true. Okay, let's continue our blitz. The question that I hear a lot is, will AI kill link building?
No, I don't think so. It can automate it significantly, but definitely it will not kill.
Because I've heard, even on one of the conferences that I attended, I heard that we have 5 to 10 years before AI will take over and this business will go down. So what do you think?
But still, I mean, algorithms can change, and algorithm change. Like if Google tomorrow will tell we are not use backlinks as authority signal anymore, full stop. Backlink, like link building, will be mostly killed by this change, right? However, it's hardly possible, because I've heard many times from people, including Google engineers who work precisely on search part, that it's impossible to replace as authority signal, because like what is authority? It's like other websites or people care about what you do, how they do it. They visit your website, they read your content, they refer to you, right? So AI biased towards mentions, like brand is way more important now than before, and brand mentions and inclusion into existing content or building new content around brands makes sense. And from this perspective, if AI will dominate, it's very far from dominating. Google is still like 95% or so of search volume. Maybe this picture will change, but it's not about 3 or 5 years. It's huge inertia there.
I see. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see where it goes, because right now, from what I see, is that everything changes so fast and people started panicking. Some panics are justified and some are just the hype. So only time will show. Yeah.
Yeah,
You wanted to say
100%. I agree. Nothing
okay.
to add here.
Because like I'm already trying to notice when you try to say something. Okay, so I just want to say like a quick summary of what we were talking today. We were talking about the fact that link building, it's not about collecting links. We were talking about the marketplaces, about metrics about how you should use marketplace and some illusions and what people are wrong about the marketplaces. We talked about FatGrid as a tool that was created after you audited tens and tens of marketplaces and you want to make something that is actually useful. And also that there are still no silver bullets that can bring you success. So it's all about everyday work. It's all about researches. It's all about audits, and it's all about learning how to get better, not just to use some quick thing that will achieve your goal.
Yeah, real work is boring. It's true. But I mean, we can enjoy it, but it is what it is. It's systematic and like quite slow thing.
Yeah, and it's about finding joy and fun in this, and sometimes it's about doing something boring in order to do something fun or achieve the results that will actually bring you joy and satisfaction, and of course, help you reach your goals and earn money in the end.
Yeah, and if nothing else brings you fun, you can read outreach emails. They are quite often fun.
I will tell you that this week I was asked if we have a separate folder for all our outreach emails so that our SEO guys from SEO team could check them and verify if there are some useful emails and useful offerings. Yeah. And I'm like, I can create this folder for you and you just go have fun. We receive I calculated for the past month we receive around 5,000 emails with such offerings. Yeah. So it's like, guys, go ahead, check the folder, have fun if you find something useful there.
Yeah, okay. You need API from FatGrid to automate checking
Yeah.
if offerings are good.
Yeah. By the way, it's really interesting. We
Yeah,
can talk about that.
That's what large SEO agencies are doing. Many of them don't visit interface at all. They just connect to database and do something with agents or just automate it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Max. So thank you very much for this extensive conversation. Actually, I had a lot of fun. It was a pleasure to talk to you, to listen to your insights, and just to laugh at some things and tell stories. So thank you very much for that.
Thanks for having me.
And also for everyone who is still watching this part, I don't know, 1, 2, or 3 of this podcast, thank you so much for spending this time with us. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to check other episodes as well. And also, happy future Fool's Day to you, April Fool's Day. And subscribe, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next episode of AdsyTalks. Bye. All right. And now it's time for a quick Easter egg hunt for this episode. Every time you hear the word, an Adsy owl will appear somewhere on the screen, each time in a different spot and sometimes in a different look. Your mission is simple. Count how many times an Adsy owl appears. To participate, open Google form linked in the description to this podcast, enter your email, and submit the number of owl appearances you counted. The rewards. They are pretty nice. The first 3 people with the correct answer will receive $250 on Adsy. The next 2 correct answers will get $100 bonus each. And also, one important rule. The owl logo in the top right corner doesn't count. So pay attention and good luck.
This is ADsytalks.